Living alone can start as a choice or a circumstance, but over time it shapes a man's world in subtle ways. At first, solitude might feel like freedom, no one to answer to, no compromises to make. The apartment is quiet, routines are personal, and every decision is his own. But as days turn into months and years, this quietness becomes a constant companion. The absence of daily interaction with women, whether friends, partners, or even strangers, begins to change how he perceives the world around him. This is the beginning of a transformation that goes deeper than he might realize. As time passes, routines become deeply ingrained. The comfort of predictability replaces the excitement of spontaneity. Meals are simple, conversations are often internal, and the home becomes a reflection of his own habits. Without the influence of women, who might bring new perspectives, challenge his ideas, or simply share in daily life, his world narrows. He may not notice at first, but the absence of feminine energy subtly shifts his expectations and desire. The comfort zone grows, but so does the distance from others. Being alone for a long time can dull a man's social skills, especially when it comes to interacting with women. Without regular practice, small talk, empathy, and even flirting can feel foreign. He may become more reserved or awkward in social situations, unsure of how to read cues or respond to emotions. This isn't intentional, it's simply the result of isolation. Over time, he might even avoid situations where he'd have to engage, further reinforcing the cycle of solitude. Prolonged solitude, a man's perception of women can shift in unexpected ways. Without regular, meaningful interactions, women may start to feel distant or even mysterious. He might idealize them, placing them on a pedestal, or conversely become indifferent, seeing them as part of a world he no longer relates to. These changes aren't about dislike or disrespect, they're about unfamiliarity. The less he interacts, the more his ideas are shaped by memories, media, or imagination rather than real experiences. Over time, living alone fosters a strong sense of emotional independence. He learns to rely on himself for comfort, validation, and support. While this can be empowering, it also means he may struggle to open up or share vulnerability with others, especially women. The walls he builds for self-protection can make genuine connection more difficult. Emotional independence becomes both a strength and a barrier, shaping how he approaches relationships in the future. When a man lives alone for a long time, his memories of women, past relationships, friendships, or even family take on a new significance. These memories can become idealized, serving as a benchmark for any future interactions. Sometimes nostalgia colors his expectations, making real-life connections feel lacking or overwhelming. The past becomes a filter through which he views the present, often without realizing it. The absence of real-life interaction, media and imagination start to fill the gaps. Movies, TV shows, and online content shape his ideas about women, relationships, and romance. These portrayals are often exaggerated or unrealistic, but without first-hand experience to balance them, they can become his new reality. Imagination, too, plays a role. He might daydream about ideal partners or scenarios, further distancing himself from genuine connection. And when he decides to re-enter the world of relationships, there's a period of relearning. Simple things like conversation, compromise, and emotional openness can feel challenging. He may need to unlearn habits of solitude and rediscover the joys and difficulties of sharing life with someone else. This process can be awkward, but it's also an opportunity for growth. With patience and effort, he can rebuild his ability to connect and see women as individuals, not just ideas. Ultimately, living alone for a long time changes a man, but it doesn't have to define him forever. With awareness and effort, he can break the patterns of isolation and rediscover the richness of connection. Women become real people again, unique, complex, and worth knowing. The journey back may be slow, but it's filled with possibility. In the end, solitude can teach valuable lessons, but it's connection that brings life its deepest meaning.